Hi guys, I'm Moon and welcome back to MoonSpeaksTV, a channel dedicated to celebrating the life and legacy of the king of pop, Michael Joseph Jackson. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek in some of my recent Michael Jackson purchases. Stay tuned. All right, Moonwalkers, so I've been wanting to make this video for a while now, but I just kept purchasing things, and I actually still have some stuff coming on the way, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you some of my new purchases for like the last couple of months. So let's start here. These are the Michael Jackson Bad High Performance earbuds, and they have not been opened. I got these off of eBay, and I really like the container that it comes in because it looks just like a cassette, but it really just holds those Michael Jackson Bad High Performance earbuds. All right, and moving on, I finally purchased Michael Jackson's, or the making of Michael Jackson's Thriller on VHS. I actually recorded this off of TV, so I've never actually owned the official VHS. So of course this has Michael Jackson's Thriller. It has making the Michael Jackson's Thriller as well, excerpts from the music video Beat It, Can You Feel It, Billie Jean from the Motown Special, and then of course the behind the scenes look of Michael Jackson's Thriller. And also something that I purchased, I got Motown 25. This is the original VHS. I actually grew up with this in my household, but I wanted to have my own copy. And as you can see, it's still sealed. So I will probably keep this sealed, you know, as you can, of course, get this on DVD as well as look at it on VHS. But I'm just so happy to have that. You see Michael Jackson's and his brothers right there on the cover. All right, and then also next, something that I'm really happy to finally have is the Michael Jackson storybook of E.T. the Extraterrestrial. I've actually never listened to this all the way through either, so maybe I'll do a reaction later. But yeah, we have the storybook there, him and E.T., and then the E.T. fan club. And then of course coming with that is the Michael Jackson and E.T. poster. Maybe I'll get this hung up at some point. But I really like it. I really love the picture of him and E.T. And then, of course, we have the storybook for you to read along. And then the vinyl as well is in this container. I have been looking for this for a while, and this was in really good shape. I, of course, got this off of eBay as well. So now looking into the books, I was finding a lot of Michael Jackson books that were published and kind of, you know, unauthorized books in 1984, because at that point that was a really part, you know, heightened in his career. And so I have a totally unauthorized Michael Jackson trivia book. This is book 2 by Mark Rowland. And then the back, and it has pictures inside, and it basically just has trivia, and then it's multiple choice, and then it has the answers in the back. Michael Jackson Trivia Plus by the same author, Mark Rowland, and same concept, have pictures throughout. And here we have book 1, same author as well. Pictures, questions, and answers throughout. Next, we have the Michael Jackson story by Nelson George, 16-page photo insert for the very first time, an intimate look into the very private world of America's #1 superstar. This is in really good shape. This came out in 1984 as well. I love the 80s, you know, vibe look with it. And then looking through, and then those are the pictures that they were talking about on the cover. And I have 2 copies of the Michael by Mark Bago with over 50 sensational photos. This one, you know, of course looks a little older, but both are still in fairly good shape. And again, you know, it's just a really nice kind of like coffee table book that you can kind of get through quickly. I have the 1984 Victory Tour, 64 pages of dynamite photos, On the Road with Michael by Mark Bago as well. Just flipping through. The pages are a little bit yellow, but for the most part, of course, still readable. You have your black and white pictures there. Next, we have something, it was by Curtis Books. It says, They're Beautiful, Dig 'Em, The Soul of the Jackson 5 by James Gregory there. I really love the picture of the brothers on the front and how it included Randy. I really liked it because, of course, even though Randy was not officially in the group at this time, he was definitely on tour with them and playing those instruments. And so this is a really good story and has some good pictures in it as well. And let me actually see when this was published. 1973 is when this book was published. So this is a really, really cool book. I try to keep these books protected. I might for each book try to go ahead and get some kind of, cover to protect all of it, even though it's not going to get wear and tear like that. And then right here, I have the 1984 Triumph Merchandising Michael Jackson. This is like a small little, book where you can doodle in and things like that. I thought this was really cool and comes in a really nice pack. eBay as well, guys. Most of the time I'm just typing in Michael Jackson book, Michael Jackson rare, or Michael Jackson 1984, just to get that. Here's another book here. We have Michael Jackson by Gordon Matthews with 8 pages of 1984 Grammy Award photographs. And so there you have the Grammy Award photographs there, and they're in black and white. My next book, Remember the Time, Protecting Michael Jackson in His Final Days. This is the book about the bodyguard that Michael Jackson had working for him. All right, and next we have another Michael Jackson story by Mark Bago. This is a book that's a little bit bigger, has a little bit more pictures in it. They're still black and white pictures. We have, it's an illustrated biography. This is by Jeff Brown. We have the Michael Jackson Body and Soul. This is the one that's still, in the protective wrapper there. Next, I have The Magic, the Madness, the Whole Story by J. Randy Tabarelli. And this book, as you can see, has everything. It's so thick. I'll probably start reading this first out of all the books that I've shown, because this seems to go, more into thorough detail and things of that nature. So yeah, both editions of Michael Jackson's Dancing the Dream, this being first edition, second edition, and of course this is an intimate look into Michael Jackson's thoughts, and he has poems and illustrations in there. So gotta love Michael Jackson's Dancing the Dream, the People Tribute and the Life Tribute from when he first passed away. So of course these are gonna tell things about his life as a whole and show pictures of the memorial service and main instances, throughout his life and things like that. Let's take a quick look through here. Pictures of Neverland there. Pictures of, 2300 Jackson Street. This is by Stuart Rogan. It's just called Michael Jackson. The front of that, and then the back. He's so handsome, isn't he? And so this right here, if I'm not mistaken, is really just a gallery book with color photos. And you will have some like descriptions and stuff of some of the pictures that you might see, but for the most part, it's a gallery book. As you know, a lot of the pictures that Michael Jackson took, even though they're available online, it's really good to have them, available in books and illustrations. And then we have the book companion of The Making of Michael Jackson's Thriller. I love how it's holographic and how it's textured and even the color of this book. So this is gonna be, again, the companion of Making Michael Jackson's Thriller VHS and that special. And you can see just behind the scenes pictures and photos of that groundbreaking music video. One of my favorites. This book right here, Forever Michael, it has pictures of Michael from 1970 through 1977. And for the most part, it does give a description in the back of each picture where it was taken and what year, but it just has, Michael in those younger years. And it's really good to see him that young. I would actually love to see from 1978 through 1984 in a book as well. That's kind of those candid photos like that. And then also something I had never seen before until I was on eBay, we have Papa Joe's Boys, the Jackson story about Leonard Pitts Jr. It's the front there and then the back. And what I like about this is it has each chapter separated by brother. So like Marlon, dapper and dazzling, because it's part for Randy, the daring conga player. So yeah, I really like how it separates each brother. And so you can get to know each brother, of course, other than Michael, because all of them were definitely talented. Let's not get it twisted. Another Michael Jackson trivia book, also by Mark Rowland. This is thicker. It's gonna have more trivia and for the most part, more pictures inside. We have Michael Jackson Thrill, the up-to-the-minute biography, 16 pages of photographs by Carolyn Latham, including the night Michael Jackson swept the Grammys. So we have front here and the back. You can go through, it's another coffee table book. There goes some of the pictures with the Grammys there. I have another Michael Jackson biography by Nelson George, A Magical Mystery Journey into the Heart of a Superstar. Love this book. And same thing here. A lot of the books from, you know, that era, like the 1980s era, is basically, you know, just about the same. Then I have Michael Jackson, 1958 through 2009, A Celebration by Graham Betts. I won't be able to flip through this because this is actually still in the wrapper as well. It was in really good shape, so I figure I'd keep it there. And next, something I wouldn't even know about this unless I wouldn't have seen one of my followers with it, but it's called Traveling with the King, the travel guide for the fans of Michael Jackson, book 1. It covers United States, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, and then some must-see locations in Europe as well as Japan. So this book, it literally has it separated by, you know, USA and all of that. And it shows, like, that's a picture of where he filmed Thriller, just areas where you could go and visit and, you know, go in Michael Jackson's footsteps. And something that I really love that came with that is this amazing postcard. It says, I'm a moonwalker, and has that suitcase with things on it because, you know, traveling with the king. And then on the back, look at that. You have the same logo from, you know, the Neverland and stuff. But again, that's called Traveling with the King. Marvelous Michael Jackson, an unauthorized biography by Barbara McCall. I like the texture of this book as well. And look at that picture. Again, so handsome. Have the back there from the Victory Tour. And let's see. It has pictures and, you know, stuff about Michael and his brothers up until that point when he, you know, swept the Grammys. I have another book here. It's actually tape closed, but it's 2 books in 1. Michael Jackson's Secret World, the complete book, Michael Jackson's life, love, secrets, and his secret fantasies and his dance steps, fully illustrated. No fan of Michael should be without this book. So that's the front there, and Michael with the aviator glasses on that he always wore in that era. Another Michael Jackson trivia book. Love this picture of Michael. And it's by Lewis K. Parker. And again, it's just gonna have pictures as well as the trivia there. Spin, the story of Michael Jackson. I got this book actually off of a website where it's like used books. So this one was not off of eBay. And this actually used to be a library book. So it's still in really, really good shape. Had those pictures in there. Michael Jackson in comics. So this book, it has a lot of nice illustrations. Look at even the front cover of that. It's like Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk. And then, yeah, it just goes talking about Michael Jackson's life, and it has illustrated comics. And this book is amazing. I haven't got a chance to look through it fully. But again, Michael Jackson in comics. This is the Jet magazine from August 23rd, 1982. Now, even though Michael Jackson is not on the cover, the reason why I got this book is because it actually has pictures of Michael Jackson at that Budweiser Fest. Now, if you're, you know, a diehard Michael Jackson fan, you know that Michael Jackson basically performed at this Budweiser Fest that was put together by Quincy Jones, and we can never get the full visual of that. There's full audio of Michael Jackson performing. He was like a guest performer, but this magazine actually shows Michael there in the crowd. You can see him there and Quincy there, and then also you can see Michael there as well. This is actually the last thing here. So I found this on eBay as well. This has limited edition 9-single pack. It's pressed on red colored vinyl. And I thought this was actually new, but it looks like it really came out in those times because for each single, it has the actual year that it was released. So it kind of comes undone like this, and then it has all the singles. And they're all pressed on red vinyl. So what's included with this, let's actually go through. We have, the first one is Wanna Be Starting Something, side 1, and then side 2 is the Jacksons Rock With You. Okay, and then as you can see, we have that red colored vinyl like it said. And these are all, again, singles. That's why they're so small. They're basically called 45s. Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. And then on the other side, we have Michael Jackson's Working Day and Night, again on that red vinyl. And the cover of this is just amazing. Look at that. I love Michael in that outfit. Michael Jackson's Rock With You on one side, and then the other side we have Michael Jackson. So get on the floor and dance. Michael Jackson, She's Out of My Life on one side, and then on the other side we have the Jacksons, Push Me Away. Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine. I love this picture of the guys. And then on the other side, we have Can't Get Out of the Rain, which sounds just like the Wiz song, Can't Get Out of the Game. Side 1, Billie Jean. Side 2 is the Falling in Love. Michael Jackson's Beat It on one side. And then on the other side, we have Burn This Disco Out. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough on side A. And then side B, we have I Can't Help It. If I wanted to, I wouldn't help it, even if I could. All right, and then the last single we have is gonna be Michael Jackson's Thriller on the first side. And then on the second side, we have the Jacksons, The Things I Do For You. Certainly last but not least, for real this time, I have some magazines. There was a whole lot of magazines. I think it's 10 here. And they all have either Michael Jackson on the cover or Michael Jackson inside. And I got these off eBay as well. So first up, we have the November, December 1984 of People magazine. I love this picture of Michael. And then even inside, look at that, a king. March 19th, 1984 of the Time magazine. Love this picture and artwork of Michael here. This is April 9th, 1984. Talks about Michael Jackson's and his buddy, Emmanuel Lewis. I don't think it really has an article about Michael. It's more or less about Emmanuel Lewis, but that's a picture of them. 1985, February edition of People Weekly. You can see Michael there, as well as Diana Ross and some other greats there on the cover, Lionel Richie. May 7th, 1984, we have another People Weekly magazine. And that's Michael and his brothers. I'm guessing they were talking about the, of course, Victory Tour. So yeah, again, and I love that picture of them there in the studio. February 13th, 1984, another People Weekly. The picture there on Michael after his scalp got burned from the Pepsi commercial. July 23rd, 1984, we have another People Weekly magazine from the Victory concert. People Weekly was on it with the Michael Jackson covers, weren't they? Other one, September 24th, 1984. They talk about the best and worst dress. Of course, Michael was gonna be the best. It says all about Michael's mid, March 19th, 1984, again from People Weekly. You can see him there in the corner. July 16th, 1984. I'm guessing this is as well about the cover of the Victory concert. So up in the corner, it says Wondrous Michael, the Jackson Show hits the road. But guys, this is all of the recent merchandise that I purchased. Let me know if you have any of those things or if you could recommend other merchandise that you feel like I should have. But thank you so much for watching. And until next time, guys, keep Michaeling.